Let's take a look at the Doctor Who cast from their earliest days to today. Who would you recognize on the street? First, let's talk about Matt Smith, who played the 11th Doctor. Matt is 41 now, but when he first stepped into the TARDIS in 2010, he was just 28. A lesser-known fact about Matt is that he was actually quite nervous before his first day on set because, in his mind, he wasn't sure if he was ready for such a massive role. But once he got on set, his boundless energy and quirky humor made him an instant hit with both the crew and the fans. Here's an interesting tidbit. Matt wasn't originally intended to wear the iconic bow tie, but after a last-minute wardrobe adjustment, he ended up making it his own. His energy was so infectious that he once managed to get the entire crew to burst out laughing during a serious scene. He'd been improvising lines for the Doctor, and it had everyone cracking up.
The man I hope you...
Well, believe me, he is more scared than anything you can imagine right now.
Over time, Matt's performance became legendary, and now he's known for a variety of roles, including playing Prince Philip in The Crown. Next up is Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor. Peter is 66 now, and when he took on the role in 2013, he was 56. He's a bit of a Doctor Who fan, having watched the show since he was a kid, and he even appeared in Doctor Who previously in a smaller role. On set, Peter was known for his deep focus, and he would sometimes push himself to the limit. One behind-the-scenes story is that Peter spent hours perfecting the Doctor's grumpy, no-nonsense attitude, often researching philosophy to deepen the character's complexity. But Peter wasn't just serious. There were moments where he got the crew laughing with his unfiltered humor, especially when improvising his interactions with the Daleks.
So let me ask you a question about this brave new world of yours.
Today, Peter has stayed busy, bringing his intensity to roles in films like The Suicide Squad, where he shows his versatility as an actor. By the way, thanks Olivia Marks for subscribing, we really appreciate it. Subscribe and you might be featured in the next video. Now let's dive into Christopher Eccleston, who portrayed the 9th Doctor. Christopher is 60 now, and when he played the Doctor in 2005, he was 41. What's fascinating about Christopher's time as the Doctor is how much of his own history he brought into the role. Christopher was keen to play a Doctor who had a dark past, and he worked with the writers to make sure his version of the Doctor was both emotional and scarred by his previous actions. On set, he was known for his method approach. Once, he spent hours rehearsing a scene with the Dalek, trying to perfect the tension in the moment, which created a chilling effect on everyone in the room. What many people don't realize is that he was terrified of the Daleks in real life, so he made sure to channel that fear into his performance.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life!
After Doctor Who, Christopher's career soared with roles in Thor, The Dark World, and he continues to showcase his range in both film and television. Let's talk about Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor. Jodie is 41 now, and she was 35 when she made history by taking over the role in 2017. When Jodie was cast as the first female Doctor, there was a lot of buzz, and many were curious how she would make the role her own. Jodie's answer: she made the Doctor both compassionate and whimsical, with her own unique take on the character. On set, Jodie was known for diving into the physical aspects of the role. She was always the first to volunteer for stunts, even when it meant climbing up tall buildings or running across rocky landscapes. One of the funnier moments was when she nearly tripped while running in a heavy costume, but instead of getting upset, she just laughed and turned it into part of her character's unpredictable energy. These days, Jodie is still involved in high-profile roles and continues to make waves in both acting and producing.
A wise person once said to me, goodbyes only hurt, because what came before was so special.
Next up, we have Nicholas Briggs, the voice of the Daleks. Nicholas is 56 now, and he was 40 when he first brought the Daleks to life in 2005. What many fans don't know is that Nicholas was integral to reviving the Daleks for Doctor Who, and his voice became synonymous with the villainous machines. He didn't just lend his voice to the Daleks, he also spent hours recording their dialogue to get the perfect menacing tone. On set, Nicholas would often work closely with the actors to make sure the Daleks' dialogue sounded natural, even though they were robots. Interestingly, Nicholas wasn't just known for the Daleks, he also voiced a number of other creatures throughout the show. Today, Nicholas continues his work in voice acting and directing, expanding his creative talents across multiple projects.
It's talking.
John Davey, known for portraying the Cyberman, is up next. John is 53 now, and when he began playing the Cyberman in 2006, he was 39. John is a former stuntman, and it's no surprise that he brought a lot of physicality to his role as a Cyberman. The suit was incredibly heavy and difficult to move in, but John's experience in stunts helped him navigate the limitations. On set, John once had to film a scene where the Cybermen were submerged in water. Imagine being in a full metal suit and not being able to move properly while you're submerged. It was no easy feat. One memorable moment was when John found a clever way to get out of the suit during filming, which had everyone laughing. He had to literally fall out of the suit to take a break. These days, John has moved on to more voice acting and stunt work, continuing to apply his skills in both the film and TV industry.
Why so cold?
Next, we have Jenna Coleman, who played Clara Oswald. Jenna is 38 now, and she was 26 when she first appeared as Clara in 2012. Clara was a complex character at first. She was mysterious, and over time, her arc became one of the most emotional in the show's history. On set, Jenna was often put through tough scenes, and she would take hours to prepare for the more emotionally draining moments. A fun fact is that Jenna once filmed a scene where she had to endure a grueling rainstorm, and despite being freezing cold, she pushed through with professionalism. Another funny moment happened when she had to learn how to operate a Dalek prop and accidentally made it malfunction, which caused the whole crew to burst into laughter. These days, Jenna has continued to expand her career with notable roles in Victoria and other series, bringing her versatile talent to new audiences.
Charles, if you answer it, something will happen.
Let's talk about Mandip Gill, who plays Yasmin Khan. Mandip is 30 now, and when she first joined Doctor Who in 2018, she was 28. Yasmin's character was a breath of fresh air for the TARDIS team, and Mandip really brought her to life with authenticity. On set, Mandip was often involved in action-packed scenes, and she had no problem getting physical with the stunts. One memorable moment was when she had to perform a fight scene with a cyber creature, and she ended up injuring herself but pushed through to finish the scene. Mandip has also spoken about her passion for breaking down barriers in entertainment, especially for South Asian actresses, and she continues to use her platform to speak out on issues like representation in the industry.
I'd rather not have met her, because having met her and then...
Today, she's still a prominent figure in TV, continuing to showcase her acting skills. Moving on to Billie Piper, who portrayed Rose Tyler. Billie is 41 now, and she was just 22 when she became the Doctor's first companion in 2005. Rose was the heart of Doctor Who for many fans, and Billie's performance made her one of the most beloved characters in TV history. A behind-the-scenes fact is that Billie initially wasn't sure about joining the show, but once she read the script, she knew it was something special. On set, she quickly bonded with Christopher Eccleston, and their chemistry translated into some of the most emotional scenes on screen. There's a memorable scene where Rose had to say goodbye to the Doctor, and Billie admitted that filming it made her feel like she was losing a family member. Billie's career took off after Doctor Who, and she starred in Secret Diary of a Call Girl and has continued her acting career, including venturing into music and even producing her own work.
Right then, before you get me back in that box, chips it is and you can pay.
Finally, we have David Tennant, who played the 10th Doctor, is 53 years old now, and he was 34 when he took on the role from 2005 to 2010. Tennant's portrayal is iconic, known for blending the Doctor's playful, energetic side with moments of deep emotional intensity. What's interesting is that David was a Doctor Who superfan long before he was cast. As a teenager, he even wrote a letter to the producers expressing his love for the show and his dream of one day being a part of it. On set, Tennant was known for his dedication. He often got so immersed in his emotional scenes, especially with Billie Piper Rose Tyler, that it would take him a while to break character. There's also a funny behind-the-scenes moment when David had trouble with the Doctor's long coat during action sequences. He joked about it not cooperating, adding a bit of humor to his role. David's time as the Doctor left an indelible mark on Doctor Who, and his performances in shows like Broadchurch and Good Omens have shown his incredible range since then.
I'm still just an image. No touch.